What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. This video is on the new SCX10 Pro merge rails, which we have here in front of us, and we have mounted onto the SCX10 Pro kit as well. Now really quickly, you guys can see that we have gotten rid of some material right here. This is actually a slot, it's not a hole, and I'll explain why we did this right here. And then we have a 5-degree skid. We got rid of some material here in the rear as well. And then the existing holes in the rear match so that your existing braces mount up without any problems. And then the same up front. So you can see here, we added holes right here at different mounting positions. The holes that we did leave the same are the two front ones, so that you can add your body post mounts. Now I went with these, but you can use the stock ones. And then in the rear, we actually used the two bottom ones. So you will have to run a taller body post mount. But like I said, I went with these, so I didn't have any issues. But all it takes is just a longer body post mount. I know that the kit comes with plenty of these, so you can just use a longer one here. So we also added more mounting holes here, and you can see right there, the only hole that matches up is this one right here. So the fourth one back. And now the reason why I did that, or why we did that, is so that you can lower your shock and you can get a steeper climb with a more angled shock. Now, really quickly, the reason why I made these slots right here is because at full compression of the shock up front, your servo horn would hit your servo plate. So now you can slide it all the way up, tighten it down, and you have full compression. And you still have a little bit of extra clearance right there. So it's only an 1/8 of an inch, so that clears enough for it not to hit. Other things that we got for the Pro are the Pro sliders. So the inside piece is a bolt-on piece. You just bolt it directly onto the frame. And you guys can see here that it has a slot right there as well. That slot is so that if you're running the stock rails with the 3-degree, you just slide it down. And if you're running ours with the 5-degree, you just slide it up. And the inside one, you just bolt it on and you just leave it in place. Now the outside one, the outside slider, what you do is, like, for example, right here, we have the stock Pro body, which this would be our narrow sliders. So we use the narrow sliders for the Pro body. Of course, you can mount it up with one hand. There it is. Now if you're running a creep or a power wagon or a cliffhanger cab only, you would select the outers for that specific body. And the reason why we did that on the website is because a lot of the times people just change the cab and they don't want to buy a full set of sliders. So we gave them the option, well, we're giving you guys the option to just buy the outers. And if you already have the inners, you don't have to buy them again. So there you go. One last thing. The electronics tray. So if you're running the electronics tray on our carbon fiber rails, you will have a small gap right here, which it will not affect anything at all. It still mounts up your electronics here. You can see I have a silent ESC here, my receiver mounted upside down right there, and you can also fit a small 850 milliamp battery. So if you're not running anything here, you can run a small battery like this right there, and then you can run your electronics here. Simple. On the Pro rails, you can see there, this is mounted on the Pro rail. Also, you won't have any issues. And now something that I want to let you guys know here, in the rear, I am using our existing Corona brace. Now the reason why I'm using ours instead of the plastic one is because it narrows in the chassis a bit, allowing your shock to run at a bit of an angle, and it will allow your shock to move more freely instead of just up and down. You can see it has a little bit of angle, so it allows your shock to move like this instead of straight up and down. So that is the reason why I'm running this. And if you're running something like a creep or a power wagon, you can use our existing HLP full bed, and this one is for the Merge X. This is the Merge X version. It'll slide in underneath the rail right here slightly, depending on how you are running your cab, and it'll bolt up to the existing holes right here. Or you can run a T-bed as well. So let's say you're running a T-bed like that. You bolt it on to the existing holes, and then just run your power wagon sliders, and then you can run your power wagon cab. So, and this is just to show you guys, you know, that they will fit, they will work. So yeah, that's that, guys. Now lastly, our 3D printed blocks, these are the same width as our Corona brace. So if you're running the existing Pro brace right here, this will not work. You will need a spacer here. Now the reason why we made this brace right here is if you don't want to run the stock bumper, you can run our existing rear bumpers right here. And we have one for the front coming, however it was delayed, so I can't show you guys that on this video. But to run the 3D printed front mount, you would have to not run this plate right here. So if you're running servo on axle, you would have to not run the servo mount right here. You would, of course, remove this mount and then pinch the frame, and then you would be able to run our existing 3-inch bumpers up front. So that is it, guys. I hope I covered all the information on the Pro Merge rails. The weight on these rails is 2.4 ounces or 68 grams. That is for the pair of carbon fiber rails. And yeah, guys, if you guys have any questions, please leave a comment, and I will try to get back to you as soon as I can.